What's up, vet friends? If you've been following along, we've already talked about why you want to be that person, how to use storytelling to become that person, and why and what makes a story, the basic components of what makes a story. Today we're going to talk about basic structuring for your essay and how to use the stuff that you uncovered with the storytelling to weave it into your narrative into a meaningful essay. And this is a two-parter because I'm going to go over two ways to do this, non-exhaustive. Today's is called the what, so what, now what model. And it's borrowed from a class that I took with Matt Abrahams and Kristen Hansen here. I want to give credit where credit is due. So 3 quick points. First of all, by structure, I don't mean format or organization. And that's, again, I don't care about the 5-paragraph format. Some of these short answer things are not going to, weave into that 5-paragraph format anyway. And I don't think it matters what order you put these in. In today's example, they do follow a what, so what, now what order, but they can be moved around a lot. You can have, here's the so what, and here's the what, and then here's the now what. And I guess that'll make more sense once I explain what those things are. Second, I'm going to go over 2 main structure methods, and these are non-exhaustive. These are just kind of patterns that I've noticed so far that going into the third piece should just kind of give you examples so you can be like, oh, that's a way to do it. Maybe that resonates with me. Maybe I want to do some variation of that. So you don't by any means have to follow this. It's just if you have nothing else, here's a little something to get you started. Okay, so here's what I mean. The what is exactly that. It's just, here is the experience or the story or the aspect of myself that I think matters and that I want to convey to you. Next, you just tell them, okay, here's this thing I told you about myself, and this is what it means to me, how it affected me, how it changed me, how it made me grow. And then the now what is just that. It's like, okay, and moving forward, I want to be a doctor or, go to space or learn math or help low-income marginalized communities, whatever it is. And as a bonus, again, these things are color-coded in the essay example that we'll see. As a bonus, I put the blue because you'll see, it kind of just, the storytelling is, again, just that personalizing, really detailed thing that makes the reader say, okay, this is an individual. This is not a textbook answer. And also I'm highlighting the storytelling and put so much emphasis on it in the first 3 videos because I believe that out of discovering your stories and kind of putting your finger on them, you're going to be better able to answer the questions and the prompts that are vague, that say, like today's is what matters to you and why. And there can be a million things that matter to you. But when you have little stories that you can ground into, well, this is one specific thing that affected me, then you can say, here's one specific thing that matters to me. Today's sample essay, I just named this called I'll Sleep in a Hammock. And you'll see why. And it's in response to one of Stanford's prompts, what matters to you and why. So I have it here without any annotation. So if you can, pause it, read it on your own. See if you can find those 3 parts plus storytelling. If you're on a computer, you can go to the website and also find it in maybe an easier format. But just take a look and see if you can kind of intuitively get a feeling for that. You don't have to mark it up or anything. All right, these are my notes. So we start off, this applicant gives a really strong, here's my time and place. May 2016, Stanford's campus. Boom. A little background, my military service winding down. And here's the detail that I like. I remember getting off the Caltrain in Palo Alto, stringing my hammock between 2 trees near the Arizona Garden to save a night's Airbnb fare. All right, 1 sentence, super characterizing, super detailed, have this little snippet, probably in legal ambiguity, right? So that's very, what do you call it? That's, in writing, we call that, it's characterizing. That's voice, right? It's not just, this author could have easily said, a few years ago, I visited Stanford's campus and skipped all this, right? But this is the storytelling part. This is the personal part. The voice comes out, the details come out, and now everything else has more credibility. So now here's the what. Exploring campus. I'm reflecting, right? My hero, Sam Harris, left Stanford after 1 year, right? So this is super detailed again. It's not about the narrator, but now by getting to know what this narrator cares about, we get to know a little bit about them. A lot, actually. Sam left Stanford. So he's kind of like admiring these traits. Studied meditation, returned to study philosophy at my age. And again, here's that voice, right? That little snippet of in a more tranquility, right? So that's great. Now, so what? Well, how did that affect this applicant? Well, this is what the applicant thought. One day, maybe I too would inspire others. And 2 summers later, so now we're in summer 2018, I found myself seated in Wallenberg Hall, living out my fantasies in the flesh, immersed in this course. And I just added this note that in another essay, this applicant says that he attended Stanford summer sessions. And that's what he's talking about in Wallenberg Hall. That's a very specific Stanford place. So again, details. Now what? Well, my feeling of longing and belonging intensified, and my focus narrowed to a perfect final semester, that's at his community college, and preparing my application. So we have these things happen, they affected him a certain way, and then he decided, okay, I'm going to have this perfect final semester and prepare my application. And so here she goes. And so the now what is, now I'm applying to Stanford, and I mean it. I don't want to sound cliche, blah, blah, blah. What matters to me the most, right, is studying at Stanford this fall. I'll even sleep in my hammock. I just had to check. I thought for some reason I wrote sleeping bag. Okay, yeah, I'll even sleep in my hammock. So that's the now what. After all this, I've made this growth or made this change, had these realizations in myself, and now I want to go to Stanford, no matter what, to do these things, to emulate my idol Sam Harris, even if I have to sleep in a hammock. What? So what? Now what? Try it out. Try answering this question. If you know what colleges you're applying to, maybe start with one of the shorter answers. Take one of your mini stories and do this what, so what, now what, just as an exercise. See what you come up with. That's all I got for now. See you next time.